It's July in Alaska, and this aircraft is headed to a fishing and outpost operation in the remote Yukon drainage. When most anglers hear the words Alaska and July, they immediately think of trophy trout and salmon, the traditional angling staples in a state that's world famous for its fishing. Brian Porter, however, is the exception. Born and raised in Minnesota, Brian is a pike fisherman, a species he's been obsessed with since he first learned how to fish. So when he heard about a remote fishery in a place where the sun never sets, Brian headed north. And from the moment he arrived, he knew that he had indeed found the perfect destination for a pike-addicted, angling insomniac. This is Midnight Sun Trophy Pike Adventures, an operation that is 100% dedicated to catching huge pike in the shallow drainages of the Yukon River. Totally unique with regards to their location and their style of operations, Midnight Sun utilizes a 70-foot houseboat as a floating base camp, allowing guides and guests immediate access to an area that is home to some of the best pike fishing in the world. With the longest daylight hours in the world, this is a destination that can easily satisfy the most die-hard anglers, even those who can never seem to get enough fishing crammed into a single day.
call this place Midnight Sun, and it's no joke. I mean, there's really not day and night. It just drags on and on. It's another day, and it all just kind of flows together. You go out, especially on these low clouds, rainy days, the light doesn't change much. It's just another hour. Pretty soon you look down at your watch and it's midnight. You could really fish yourself into a coma here if you weren't careful.
Scott Rokamp is Midnight Sun's co-owner and head guide, a man who knows plenty about long days on the water.
You know, the Yukon drainage is one of the biggest fisheries in the world, you know, and it has a ton of pike. You're right, everybody does think about the salmon and the trout, and that's the exact opposite of what we are. We're a big, huge, flat delta full of mud and just huge, massive pike, you know, tons of pike, just by the boatful. They're indigenous to the area. They grow slow, but they get big, and they're strong, beautiful girls.
Well, I grew up fishing for pike and muskies with conventional gear, and honestly now it seems a little crude. The pure way to me is, you know, you tie some deer tail and some chicken feathers and a little bit of flash onto a hook, and they just come after it. It's also really a subtle presentation. You're not putting out a big splash with a giant bait hitting the water. Really, to me, pike and muskies too, any kind of esox, toothy critters, they're really one of the ultimate pursuits on a fly. That's what they do, is kill, and you can really, really put out a good target for them with a fly. Well, these fish are laid up in shallow water, and they're big fish, so that makes a lot of this really cool. You lay that fly out there, a lot of times 1 or 2 twitches, and here comes Jaws. Wait till it disappears, wait till that head turns, and hammer down. It's intense. It's all right there, not deep down where you can't see it. It's very, very visual.
And when Scott is your guide, the fishing is not only visual, but incredibly audible as well.
Here comes Set! Oh, set it, that's a monster. Oh geez, set it hard. Another spook out of the hole. Where's my window? There we go, good job. Pulling us off, pulling us off, pulling us off. Holy shitza, that was huge tank. Oh my God.
God, they look so big when they eat.
God, it's scary, isn't it? It's like Jaws, that one came out of nowhere. We have different sizes of pike up here. You know, we have different names for the different sizes of them, obviously. Kind of make them up as we go, but the ones that I like to go by is, we got the little hammer handles. I've kind of replaced that with Katie's fish, because that's my daughter, and those are the ones that I want her to catch. And we got turbos, you know, those are the, you know, the strong ones, you know, they're real small, they make huge attacks, and they just engulf flies and rip all over the place, and just, you know, just raise all sorts of hell. And mini tankers, mini 38s, 42s kind of realm, you know. Strong fish, beautiful fish, you know, really aggressive, big takes, you know, the whole thing, the whole gamut with those fish. And then you got your tanker class, 47 and above. And then your mega tankers or battleships or destroyers or whatever you can really come up with. Red Octobers, Kraken, that's the one I've been hunting for years. I love Kraken. I missed her a few times. I'll get her though. Just need to be in the right place at the right time. But yeah, you know, we'll get her someday. I've seen her a few times.
So if you're the type of angler who's too obsessed with fishing to sleep, you can always head north to Alaska, where you just might find your own Yukon Kraken.